Hey detailers, podcast sponsor Joe here from Autofiber Australia. As pro detailers, we are all about using the highest quality products for our customers when it comes to compounds, chemicals, and ceramic coatings. But what about microfiber? Are you using cheap towels that get used once and then tossed into the bin? You need to try out our amazing Autofiber range of microfiber. Seriously, it is the best stuff going around. Use our exclusive podcast code 15DDUP and get 15% off when you purchase any of our premium Korean or Chinese made microfiber. We have a wide range of products that are tailor-made to last a long haul, so you get the best value for money and your customers will appreciate it. Go to autofiber.com.au or find us on Instagram to make your purchase and check out our range. Now back to the podcast.
Welcome to the Detailing Down Under podcast, the place for everything auto detailing in Australia right now. Here's your host, Dale Guthrie.
G'day and welcome to the Detailing Down Under podcast. I'm your host, Dale Guthrie. Back into it once again, so hopefully everyone's going pretty well out there. Lots of great feedback from the last few episodes, which is really good, and it's good to see it's connecting with other people as well within the industry. Everyone's reaching out to each other who's been on, so it's that's what it's all about, really, connecting everyone and talking about what we do and different styles of work we do and how we do it. So, but yeah, other than that, if you haven't already, check out our supporters of the episodes, Autofiber Australia and Mirror Finish Detail. So check out their products, and we all have the codes as well, discount codes for you, for everyone that listens, and get on around their products as well, which is pretty good, and we'll thank them for their support. So we're heading to a different direction around the country today. So we haven't been to Northern Territory, so it's going to be a good one. And I've met this bloke before. We caught up in Sydney. He's a fellow G-on installer as well, and even better, he's a paintless dent removal specialist. So it's one thing I wanted to dive in, and I think this is the only guy I know, and he's pretty bloody damn good at it too. So even better. So we'll get into it, and we'll welcome Adam from Dents B Gone right up in Darwin. How you going, mate?
How are you? Yeah, good, mate. Good. Thanks for having me on.
Nah, we finally did it again, and I nearly had you on in Sydney after the training episode, but
nah. Couldn't say no twice, mate.
Nah, that's all right. I get it. No, it's not everyone's cup of tea to talk about themselves or what they do sometimes, so it's all good.
Yeah.
But
it's different. But the pods I've been listening, man, and it's doing really well. So it's some good content, and keep up the good work.
Yep,
it's good.
No, thank you. Yeah, no, it's going really well. So lots of feedback from people, and I did post that the other week about if anyone got any ideas for future episodes or what else we can talk about. So yeah, I'm always up for feedback, positive or negative. So but yeah, Darwin, how's I think Darwin's pretty nice this time of the year up there, isn't it?
It's been beautiful, mate. We actually hit what was it, 6 degrees this morning. So I don't think I've ever experienced it that cold here, actually, since I've lived up here. But it was good for a change. We'll have another probably another month or so, month and a half before it starts to warm up again. So
did you have to go looking for a jumper?
This morning I did, mate. Yeah, I did. Blew the dust off it.
I bet.
But it's been really nice. This time of year, it's like you wouldn't live anywhere else, and then you get to like September, and it's like, oh my god, here
time
we go
to leave.
again.
Yep.
But,
that's one thing I will touch on about the conditions. If no one knows or anyone listening overseas, like, you want to explain the Darwin weather? It's a bit different.
Yeah, we get a lot of humidity, mainly from around September. We'll start getting what's called build up, which we start getting afternoon storms nearly every day, and then once it's rained, we get heat, like basically the heat. So yeah, we get a lot of humidity. Like even now, we still get 25 to 30-degree days. So, but it's just there's no humidity at the moment, which is good.
Yep.
So you're not sweating.
No,
Yeah,
not yet.
but it can make things a little bit tougher with the coating side of things. So yeah.
Do you sort of track your temperature in your studio there?
Yeah, well, I put 2 split systems in there because that was the only way I was going to be able to do it properly. So yeah, that set me back, yeah, 8K or something like that.
Yeah, they're not cheap, but they're
We put 2 nice split systems in there, so it should be nice and comfortable now to work, which would be good. But yeah, I try and keep it, around the 22 degrees when I'm coating.
Yep.
It seems to work really well. But yeah, it's like when I first started, I tried, like I'd have to coat really late in the afternoon or early morning. That was the only time I could coat, because if you did it in the middle of the day, it was pretty much crystallizing on the applicator as you're putting it on. It's like, yeah, so it was going too quick. So I was doing it late afternoon or night and then early in the morning. So
Yep. That's crazy.
yeah.
Have you always lived in Darwin?
No, I'm originally from Far North Queensland, town about an hour south of Cairns, Innisfail.
Oh yeah.
So I grew up there, and then what would it have been? I think it was around 2014. We were meant to go off on a trip around Australia, and I got as far as Darwin, and that was as far as I got, mate. So we only got a quarter of the way around.
Far out.
But yeah, but no, we sort of fell in love with the place and call it home now, and I don't think we'd go back. So
Yep.
yeah.
And the population would be pretty crazy this time of the year, wouldn't it? Double with everyone from down south coming up.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it grows this time of year.
Yep.
So, but you'll have usually from May till late April till late August. Yeah. See all the caravans and big rigs getting towed up. So yeah, the population definitely grows. It starts to buzz a little bit this time of year, which is good. It's good for the town.
Yep.
But yeah.
I've always wanted to go up there for that supercar around like that. It's meant to be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
I was
did.
on just recently.
Yeah,
that's
definitely on the bucket list. That
on
one.
the bucket list.
Bloody oath.
Oh well, look us up, mate, when you come up.
Come up for a look.
Yeah.
So were you detailing in Innisfail or not?
Nah. So I started like I'm panel beater by trade, so I come straight out of school into a panel beating apprenticeship. Did that for quite a few years, and then I found out about PDR, so I went and did a course in Ballarat to do PDR, and thinking I was going to come back and it'll be all sweet. I'll start up a PDR business, but I found out it was going to be a little bit tougher than that. And then, so after I'd done the course, I ended up getting a job offer up at Groot Island mine. One of my mates was working out there blasting and painting, so I ended up going up there. Did that for a couple of years, and I sort of did the PDR thing on my week off. So which it worked out really well because I had a steady income, and it was decent sort of income while I was learning PDR. So yeah, that was where it sort of started for me. And then detailing, I mean, I've always sort of detailed on the side, as a panel beater, you do the cashy sort of cut and polishing and all that sort of stuff. But so I've always done it, but not to the degree that I'm doing it now. So yeah.
I think because my background's panel beating as well, so that's
Yeah.
I think you did tell me that when I met you, and
Yeah.
I feel every panel beater has a go at PDR and realizes it's not that easy because you don't get to throw bog on it then and finish it off.
Sometimes you just think shit, it'd be easier just to bog this up, but or quicker. But no, you definitely need some patience, and it come over time. And I didn't really start getting, uh, really good at it until I was doing it full time. That's when I really sort of took off. But doing it in the week on, week off was good because I was sort of just cutting my teeth on it, and it gave me the chance to not be stressing out trying to support your family while you're learning a new trade, basically. Because it is, as much as it was handy having the panel beating background for doing all your remove and refit stuff, but it's a totally different ball game when you can't sand it back and whack a bit of bog in it, like. So
Yeah.
yeah,
How'd you,
definitely.
how did people know you were doing it? Was it through the panel shop or was it just word of mouth?
No, well, it was word of mouth. I mean, Innisfail was pretty small, and I started doing it there was only like uh, two car dealerships in town there at the time. One bigger dealership and one smaller, sort of, smaller rock lot sort of thing. So I was doing a bit for them in my week off, and then people sort of over time started hearing, that I was doing it. So I got a bit of work like that. But yeah, it wasn't really until we ended up coming up here, and I sort of at the time there was no one doing it up here, and I had all my gear with me, so um, I thought I'll just see how things go, and I went and approached a few yards, and they sort of jumped straight on it, and the rest is history, mate. Basically, so
Yep.
it all sort of went from there.
So a lot of your work now, like that PDR stuff, is for dealerships or starting to get
A
out?
lot of it still is, yeah.
Yep.
So basically, it was all dealership work when I first started out, but I sort of learnt early on that putting all your eggs in one basket can be not a good thing.
Yep.
So sort of started to market a little bit more towards retail work, just to have a bit more of a balance between the wholesale stuff and the retail stuff, which worked out really good because you sort of the yards are great because you get, I've got a lot of friends in the car yard dealerships and that. But yeah, I like the what would you say? Like for retail work, you've got to get it to a quality that's above, like it's got to be near on perfect. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
I liked getting it to that level. Um, but yeah, so now at the moment we've got sort of a range of customers. We've got car dealerships, panel shops, retail stuff, obviously, and then just local business and whatnot.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, right. How's the detailing scene up that way? Because is there many of yous up there?
Yeah, there's quite a few detailers up here. And I know a lot of them, like I met a lot of them through the dealerships, like a lot of them through the dealerships that, you'd cross paths with. There are some others local, like that just specialize in retail stuff. There are some really good retailers up here, yeah.
Yep. Is everyone sort of shop based, or you probably wouldn't have many mobile? Is there
There is quite a few mobile and shop based. There's a bit of a broad range, eh?
Yeah.
Same as anywhere else.
Right.
But
Thought
yeah,
that'd be interesting up there doing mobile.
mate, I don't know how they do it. To
Yeah.
be honest, I'd take my hat off up to them because I don't think that's why I sort of didn't get into the detailing coating sort of side until we finished the shed here because I didn't want to be doing it outside.
Yep.
So I was overdoing the mobile PDR stuff. So detailing would be on another level, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you've always been based in your premises now from day dot?
Nah. So we only built that. What was it? Probably we finished it 12 months ago, I think. Finished the shed, and then it's just been bits and pieces and fitting it out. And as you get a little money, put a bit of money put aside, you'd fit it out. But yeah, but in the last probably 3 months, we've finished it all off, and it's looking pretty good. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
happy with how it's turned out.
I was going to mention that because, yeah, I do love cool looking shops, and yours is pretty impressive. You've got a lot in there with your signage and all your lights, how
Yeah,
you've set it apart. So that's and
yeah, we got some lighting.
yeah,
There's no shortage.
yeah,
When the shed's open, people driving past at night, it looks like there's a friggin' spaceship's landed in the shed. But yeah, no, it's really good. And like I was saying to you before, bloody without that, when you turn that lighting off now, you notice a big difference.
yep,
Yeah, definitely glad I've put it in.
yep. Do you wash in there or you wash just outside?
No, I've got like a 6 meter lean-to that comes out off the front,
Yep, yep,
and I wash under there, and then I dry them off outside and bring them in pretty much dry. Yeah,
yep. Looks fairly big that shed you got.
yeah, it's 12 by 12 inside, and then
Yep.
yeah, 6 meters off the front. So
Oh,
yeah,
right.
three bays.
Yep.
3 bays. I put probably 2 cars at a time. One side of it's got a lot of benches and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, no, it's a good little space. It's clean, so
Yep.
I like things tidy, which is good.
And I think would they have to be cyclone rated up there when you build them?
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty interesting, isn't it?
yeah, that because I've sort of built the shed myself, framed it all up, and I got someone in to sheet it all, and then I started to fit out, got sparkies in and whatnot. But yeah, so it was a long process. It was a 12-month process, but yeah, hopefully it all pays off, mate.
Yeah. No, it looks. Oh,
Yeah,
I haven't seen any others up from there. I haven't seen too much, but yeah, that looks. It's very impressive.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
what's the floor? What'd you put on the floor there?
I just 2-pack epoxy.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
No, nice.
yeah. No, it's nice and easy to clean. You can wash it out, scrub it, bloody hose it out. It's good. Yeah.
Yep. No, very cool. So, when did the Dents be gone? What sort of year was that kicking off?
2015 we started up here. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
So 2015, and at the time I was like it was middle of the build up. We were living in a little Jayco Swan pop top thing in a caravan park, so because we were meant to finish this lap, and I'm saying to the missus, like maybe we should stick around here for a bit and see what happens. And so anyway, I ended up taking her and the kids back to Queensland, and I was flying back and forth, just to see how things would go. I did that for 12 months, and it sort of just kept on growing and growing, and I was adding more customers all the time. And so yeah, it just sort of went from there. So from 2015, yeah.
Yep. And I always ask people, like, with training, you just self-taught yourself with detailing?
No, with the detailing side, yeah, pretty
Yep.
much, yeah, yeah. So
Probably take a little bit, like I from myself, taking a little bit of the paint correction side from panel beating, as much as we ran
yeah,
rotaries and stuff back then. But
yeah. I was just thinking about that today, like thinking back, if I'd look at a job that I'd done back then to what I'm doing now, it'd be like, wow,
yeah,
all rotary stuff. So yeah, I'd hate to throw an inspection light over the stuff I was doing back then.
I agree exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. So I
yeah, yeah,
think the technology and pad technology and stuff's come a long way. So
yeah, for sure.
it's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah.
So when did you when did the Geon journey start? How'd that all come about?
Geon started, would have been nearly 12 months ago now. And how that all come about was before we had built the shed here, I was leaving my ute outside, and I never really, like, I was always sort of a bit skeptical about coatings. And I had my ute parked outside, and up here it's like a sap coming off the trees. Like I'd park it in the shade, but overnight you get dew and then you get these stains on it. And I could not remove these stains without buffing them out. And anyway, I did doing some research and looking into coatings and whatnot. Thought I'd have a crack on my own car, and I come across Geon, so I've got in touch with Phil from Attention to Detail over in Townsville,
Oh, yep.
and because I saw he was using it, and yeah, I thought I'll give it a go and see what it's like, and yeah, I was impressed. So everything was just washing straight off it, and that sort of sold it to me then. And I'm like, yeah, maybe it's an extra service. Like now that I had the shed to work from, I could do that sort of work. So I thought, yeah, let's give it a crack and see what happens. So that's basically how it all started.
Yep.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember, but were you full, did they put you on the mobile certification or full certification?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They put me on the mobile, which was Flash. And I used that for quite a few months and I wouldn't have been able to use Infinite until I had the shed
Yep.
air conditioned, basically, because it wouldn't have worked. So
Nah, some of that is very, most of it is temperature and humidity.
yeah. So I
Prone
wanted to make sure I had all that side of it done, and all the fit out was done so before I bought Infinite in, and then we went from there.
Yeah, because I did see a lot of your posts after that we seen caught up in Sydney, and you're still using Flash a lot, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why isn't he using
Yep.
Infinite yet? But yeah, that makes complete sense because I'm the same. I had to put aircon in, and I could still get away with it, but yeah, I think the base type one's very interesting. I reckon.
Yeah.
It's very temperature.
Like Flash wasn't too bad. Like I said, I had to do it really late afternoon, and even then it was sort of like but you had to pick your days basically. But I didn't I wanted to make sure I had everything right basically before I started with the top level stuff. So yeah.
Have you used the base type one? I mean,
Yeah.
two. I mean, the green one.
Which one? Sorry.
The base type 2.
No, I've been using mainly type 1 up here, eh?
Yep.
Yeah. Base type 1 and type 1 top coat.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
And it seems to go down really well. But yeah, I haven't tried the base 2 yet. No. I'm I sort of stick to, once I put something down and I've got the knack of it, I tend to sort of stick to it.
Yeah.
Because I know it and it's working. So yeah.
Yeah,
But I'll have to give it a crack on something one day. Yeah.
Yeah, I like from Sydney when they were like talking about, I was just sticking to 1, and then they said about using type 2 on like darker cars, and that's sort of where it got me going because I've been doing quite a few of them, and
How'd you find it?
Oh, it's awesome. You can do like not quite half the car or 3/4 of the car, a quarter of the car, and then it requires wiping off. Like you can do so many panels in between wipe down. So that's sort of, and it feels a lot quicker to use. I feel it's easier to use than type 1 because of the temperature and humidity. If you got a little bit of that in there, it just doesn't like it, and you got to be very quick.
I'm
You
gonna
can't
have to give that a crack then. Yeah. Because I'm doing small sections at a time all the time, like
you have to, yeah. Otherwise it'll flash off too quick for you, which I've noticed. But yeah, the type 2, I look forward to using that because you can I might do like three or 4 panels.
Right.
And even the few boys from Melbourne, they rated it, and that's what they were using, and that's how it's meant to be used. So that's and just they use it on dark cars, and the gloss is insane. So
next level.
It's spot on what they said. So
nice.
Ever since then, I've been using. I haven't used any of the top coats, to be honest. I don't know. I'm just happy throwing one coat on. I'm not huge on running around the car twice, but and trying to push it down.
I've done a few with the top coat, and it's you get around it once, and you go, oh, here we go again.
Exactly. I'm doing it to my own
But,
car. I'm going to do it there to good test. And
yeah,
but yeah, it's the running around twice, and then I've got to try and sell it down here that people freak out already what we charge.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but yeah, they try and add a little bit more. They far out and stretching the
yeah.
budget already. So
That's probably where I'm, uh, well, definitely still learning is how to sell it properly, for a decent amount. Like I don't like, even with me PDR stuff, I don't like doing stuff for nothing basically. But and there is a lot of people that'll do it for next to nothing. But yeah, I
yep,
think if you stick to your rates and but yeah, that's where I sort of need. I'm still learning is how to sell it properly, from initial inquiry to job job in the shed sort of thing. So,
yep,
but yeah, it's all a learning curve, that's for sure.
yeah, bloody oath, yeah.
Yep.
And that's the other thing with PDR. That's a very specialized technique to do that. Like not anyone like some
Yeah, it
people can
is.
code a car, but you got to have the
Yeah.
right conditions and location. But
Yep.
yeah, the PDRs that's different, whole complete ball game.
Yeah, it's sort of good because it's specialized, but it's bad because it's a hard business to scale. You can't just get anyone, there's not 10 PDR guys that you can just pull off the street and bring them
Mm.
in. And, you've got to put at least 12 months into training someone. And then, yeah, who's to say that they're not going to just split, once they're trained up. So
Yep. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
sort
Yeah.
of one of those things. I mean, yeah, it's the same with any trade, I guess, that you've got those concerns, but yeah, it is hard. You don't, it's not like a plumber where you've got plumbers all over the place and or whatever, but yeah.
They
So,
charge what they want.
yeah, that's it. Seem
um,
to anyway.
yeah. Even the PDR, like the saving they're getting, like paying for the PDR job and what they could be
Yeah.
paying in a panel shop, like and waiting and
Oh, yeah,
insurance
definitely.
and like it's
Yeah.
insane. Like
And like the trouble we're sort of having now is that we can do larger damage, but trying to, that like customers sort of think as soon as they come to a PDR shop or whatever, that it's meant to be a cheap alternative. But when you give them a number, some of these repairs might take a day or a day and a half to do. And when you give them that number, they're like, oh, I'll just go through insurance and go to a panel shop. But we can do the same thing, like they could go through insurance and do it through us, but it's trying to change that mindset for them,
yep.
which is a big challenge for us at the moment. But it's yeah, I think it's just educating them is the hard part. So
Yeah. So you
yeah,
still do insurance jobs? It's all still works like
yeah, we're
that?
still
Yep.
doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
When we
right.
can get them, we'll get them. Yeah, like we'll get the odd hail car that have come up from
Oh yeah.
down south or whatever. We'll get them. But yeah, we're sort of because we're doing larger damage and the prices are getting up there. A lot of people think that it's just going to suck out with a suction cup or whatever. Watching too much YouTube, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of these repairs are like one plus days or 2 days to repair. So it's yeah, you need to be getting paid decent money for it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
even if they went and got it resprayed, like another drama is color matching these days with some of these paints
yeah,
as well. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So you don't have any of that drama, which is a good selling point for paintless dent repair. Definitely. Um, and then the repair cost too, like for a small dent, if that gets taken to a panel shop on a metallic color, they're blending, say it's on the front door, they could be blending the back door and the guard. So then the cost just blows out.
Yep.
Whereas we could go in there within 1 to 2 hours and it's done.
It's sorted.
Uh,
Is it easier nowadays that these new cars are getting thinner? Like I know paint's getting thinner, but the body work itself, it's been that style for a while. But does it make it
it
easier or harder?
it's sometimes both. Like you get cars where um, it can make it easy because it's thin and you can move it, no worries. But at the same time, if it gets hit too hard, it stretches easy.
Stretch. Yep.
So then you've got oil canning and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that can become an issue. But I mean, there is tooling now where we can shrink without damaging the paint, but it's still a nightmare of a repair to do it. So
How's that
yeah,
work?
it's like induction. So you'll like um, if you can get to the back of it, you need to be able to get to the back of it. It's got like a carbon rod. You'll sand a bit of the E-coat off on the back of the panel, put a earth on, and then sand behind the actual damage.
Yep.
And once you get it to a point where it's oil canning, you'll start shrinking it with this carbon rod. So you got to be careful not to burn the paint, obviously, because
Yep.
it does heat the panel up. But yeah, it actually shrinks without damaging the paint.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the old when it's oil canning the old oxy and give it a heat
Yeah,
and
that's it. Yeah.
stretch and shrink. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. No,
Bit of
very.
cold water.
Yeah. Pour a bit of water on it.
Yeah.
So, what's your main services these days now? You do many interiors and all that sort of jazz?
Mate, I try my best to stay away from interior stuff, eh? I try my best. So mainly it's paintless dent repair and ceramic coatings, paint protection. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I do a bit of correction work too, and sometimes even we'll sub work out to, one of the panel shops a couple of the panel shops that we use, we'll sub a bit of work out. Like if we get an insurance job where the bulk of it is a PDR job, but there's a little bit of paint on it that needs to be done, like a front bar or something like that. We can sub that out to one of the panel shops. We'll do the PDR stuff, and then
Finish it
so
off.
we're sort of starting to get a few where they want the dents fixed. They got paint work to do on it. They want a correction and a coating. So it's sort of like a whole package.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's good to know people in that area and have a panel shop to go
Yeah.
to and get it sorted.
Yeah, it is good. I mean, yeah, it's always good to have those relationships with different businesses that, you can lean off each other. I mean, they use us, so
Yep.
it sort of goes the same way, which is good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've heard that before. Yeah, if a detailer is having a PDR who does PDR is good to know because anything can happen in shops and stuff, little dents and stuff on
For
customers'
sure.
cars. Like you can just ring up PDR and he can come
Yep.
around and smack it out and you wouldn't even know. So
Yep.
but yeah.
Yeah, we did work for quite a few detail shops before we actually went into doing coating. So yeah, it's good. It works both ways.
Yep. Many others doing coatings up there as well, obviously. There'd be a few.
There's a couple. There's a guy around the corner from us actually, Outback Car Care. He does a lot of coatings, does good work. There's a few others like a lot of some doing it for the dealerships and stuff like that. So, but yeah, there's seems to be more coming on.
Yep.
As word gets around. So yeah.
Yeah, right. I think it'd be interesting to do it up there, like just with the weather. I think it'd be, but yeah, and I think some
challenging.
I could imagine, and even the interiors and stuff, that'd be pretty wild up there. What you'd see coming through with probably tourists and even locals.
That's why I try and stay away from them.
Be full of
dust
red.
and
Yeah,
right.
So,
yeah, I try my best to move the interior stuff on.
Yeah.
Some way. Yeah.
No, I'm a little bit like that sometimes. So,
and like the other thing is with interiors, like what I sort of worry about is that, if you don't get it perfect, like, you got to get every little bit nook and cranny, which is what detailing's all about. But I don't know. I prefer just to do the outs, like the exteriors, the coatings, correction work, and then just a basic, vac, just to clean things up, make it look presentable, and then that's it. So
yep.
yeah.
Just sort of a basic. I do basics at the end of the interior at the end of most jobs.
Yeah, yeah, just a basic. Because you could spend hours upon hours upon hours, on interiors, and for not really much reward,
Yep.
I feel. So, and for
Uh,
me, like I could do better pushing dents or correction work and that, so I try and stay away from it.
So it's pretty handy that you can. Are you into that point where you're picking and choosing your work now?
Uh, yeah, to a degree. Like I don't like turning too much away, but yeah, there are jobs where I just it becomes not worth your time to sort of do it. So
Yep.
you sort of got to start picking and choosing. When you're working on your own, your time's pretty valuable. So you got to be careful what you're sort of taking on.
Yep. Yeah, bloody oath. Is
Yeah.
there many guys doing PPF in Darwin?
Uh, I think I know Outback's doing it. I think he's with Bush Wraps, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I know one of the tinters up here are doing, or two of the tinters, I think, are actually do a bit of PPF. And there's a sign writer that does a little bit as well that I know of. That's
Yep.
about all that I know of. So yeah, there'd be three or four. Yeah.
Yep. That'd be another interesting gig up there to do that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sort of, I don't know if there's like a massive market for it up here yet, but I think it will grow. I
Yep.
don't think it's quite as big as down south, but I think it is taken on. So yeah,
Yep. What would be the population of Darwin?
I think it's about 100,000, 120,000 or
Yep.
something.
That's
Yeah,
decent. Yeah.
yeah.
Enough cars
It's
for
a big
everyone.
town, mate. It's actually it gets smaller as time goes on. It seems to anyway. Like when I first got up here, coming from a real small town, I was like, yeah, this is good. It's a pretty big town. Yeah. But as time goes on, you start meeting people, and it just becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. So yeah, everyone
Yeah.
knows everyone. But anyway,
Is
yeah.
there a lot of white Land Cruisers driving around?
Oh, it's Land Cruiser City here, mate. A
I bet.
lot
So,
of four-wheel drive work. That's probably the majority of work up here is four-wheel drive work. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, bloody oath. Is there any other companies you sort of certify with other than Geon? You line yourself with anything
Nah,
else? No.
nah. I sort of, I don't know. I feel like I sort of want to stick to one brand. I am. I did look into the IGL coatings as well but more so for residential stuff. Like I was listening to him on your podcast there, and
Yep.
that sort of pricked my ears up a little bit. So I wanted to try the residential stuff, which I've gotten some off him, and I'm trying that on our place at the moment. But no, apart from that, with the automotive stuff, just solely Geon.
Yep.
I don't know, like my sort of thoughts are trying to sell two brands. Like I don't know, how do you sell two brands?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I'm the same. I'm in the same boat too. I'm like, if you had two, how would you say one's better than the other, or it might have the
yeah,
different
that's it. Like
purposes?
yeah,
I think the IGL stuff, I think the underbody stuff would be a different market as well to have.
yeah,
That'd be pretty cool.
yeah. That looks actually pretty good too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Good. I
because
actually,
GM don't really do any underbody stuff or anything like that
no,
industrial.
no.
But yeah, I did look into that. But yeah, I think I'll be biting off more than I can chew, so I'm just going to stick to cars for now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm the same. Like even
Yeah.
I had a guy down here, and he does some residential coatings, and I actually after the IGL episode, I rang him up and told him all about it, and he then rang me a few days later and say thanks for that. I've just put my first order in. I'm going to give it a go. So
Oh, true.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
good stuff.
he's yeah, he
It'd
just
be
does
interesting.
houses.
I think definitely a market for it. I think
Yep.
there's definitely a market for it. Because like even when I told my wife, she's like, "We got to try some on the shower screens and the basins." The sort of shit. I'm like, fuck. So yeah, I think there's definitely a market for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, good inside work for you too up there.
Yeah, would be.
Yep.
Hopefully the houses have all got air cons, mate. You can just turn all the air cons on. But no, we're sort of we'll just stick to cars, mate, at the moment. And just I mean, we're still sort of finding our feet with the coding side of things. So we've only been doing it for 12 months, so we're still trying to build up work for that and go from there. So
yeah. And you'd only be the only one up there with Gion anyway, so
yeah, at the moment, yep.
No, that's good. Yeah, once you get
Yep.
used to it, it's pretty good, and get used to all sorts of coatings then. So
Yeah, that's it.
all
It
that.
has been, and their support has been good too. Like, can ring them up anytime and ask them questions about whatever. They've been good like that. So yeah,
Yeah. No,
definitely handy.
no, feels pretty good. I normally ask about the culture, but do you know most of the other detailers in town? Do you chat to them or?
I know quite a few of them. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
No.
Just mainly through the PDR side of things because I did that. I've worked for a lot of them in the past. So yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
No, that's good.
And they're
So
all pretty good dudes, man. Like, yeah, get along with all of them.
yep. No, that's good. Palm all your interior work off to them.
That's it.
Yep.
Take your pick. Go and see any
Yeah.
one of these fellas.
Yeah. Bloody oath. Is there any plans to get any bigger than yourself, or not really? You happy?
I'd like to. It's just still figuring out whether it's right for me to do it. You know what I mean? Because I'm like the biggest thing for me is I like shit done a certain way. So then handing that off to someone and knowing that it's going to get done right, that's where I'm going to have issues, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, as much as I would like to grow the business. That's what worries me at the moment. So
Yeah.
is actually growing the business.
And I think I've seen some, like your wife actually helps you a fair bit as well.
Yeah, she gives us a hand like on holiday when she's on holidays and that, so which is handy because yeah, she works at the school with the kids, so she's
Right.
gets all the school holidays off, so it's down to the shed. Give us a hand. So no, she's good.
No, nice. You don't find like I'm much the same, but having your shed or your premises at your house, you don't have any issues with customers rocking up and stuff like that.
Yeah, you do. You
Yeah.
you do. Like, I mean, we're out rural here too, so we're probably uh 30 k's or so out of Darwin City. We're
Yep.
out and out further, but you do have sort of issues with some people think it's too far, other people are fine with it. Then you get the ones that want to drop it off like at 6:30 at night, 7 o'clock at night, that sort of shit. But I mean, you got to take the good with the bad sometimes
Yep.
and just deal with it, eh?
Yep.
But yeah, so it's got its ups and downs, I suppose, like anything.
That would probably be a good thing, like you're that far away. So would you get many people just lob on your door and go,
No, that
oh,
is one good thing.
yeah,
That is one good thing that you don't just get people rocking up. Or like I have had the occasional, but not. Yeah, they'll usually ring me before they come out, which is good because you're not wasting time,
yep,
like with walk-ins and that,
yeah,
which would be an issue if you're right in the middle of the town. So
yep.
yeah,
No, that'd be and
that is a good thing. How
having
do
your.
you find it at your place, mate? Yeah,
It's pretty good. Like I don't really get many. Like I had one. Actually, had one today. Randomly, drop in, but I usually have all the doors shut, and
yeah,
you wouldn't even know I'm here or not. But
yeah,
most people are by appointment, or they say they're on their way, or we have
yeah,
cars dropped off the night before, which is good.
yeah,
Then I can start first thing in the morning. But
yeah.
yeah,
That's
no,
what
I don't mind it.
yeah, we
So
try and do the same thing. We'll try and get them like, and a lot of people are working, so they sort of after 5 is easier for them to come and drop it off, which is okay. It's when it starts to get to like 7 o'clock at night when you're like,
yeah,
okay, I need to shut up shop.
yeah,
but
it's
but yeah, it is good because you're close to home, mate. Not too far from home, but I still do me mobile PDR stuff for the yards and that's floating in and out all the time, and yeah, so
Yep.
that's yeah.
Oh,
But
yes. Yep.
it has been good having the shed here. So
Yep. So you don't, some cars you go to them still, which is good.
yeah, mainly just for the dealerships and panel shops, I'll go to them.
Yep.
Most of my retail work I do at the shed, and I do give them an option to if they want a mobile repair, but I'm charging for that now. Like I never used to, but since I've had the shed there, I charge a service fee now to go out.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you resale any the Geon stuff or any of that? Do you have that on board to sell, or you haven't got into that yet?
I want to get into it soon, so
Yep.
yeah, I'll start. It's just building stock up and that. So
Yeah. And that
but definitely something I want to look into. Yeah.
another drama would be shipping with
Oh
everything
mate,
that you.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's the only problem up here is shipping. Yeah.
Yep. Like with any products.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
How
thought
do
of that.
you go there? It wouldn't be too bad there or what?
Nah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just in between Melbourne or Adelaide, so most of the stuff goes to Adelaide because we're in South Australia, so it'll go direct there and then make its way down. So
Yeah.
yeah, but a lot of courier stuff's pretty good. We're on our way to Melbourne, we're in line with that. So
Yeah.
great companies do overnight.
I find with us, we try and do a bulk order. So we're not, we'll do one order a month or whatever it is and just order a heap of stuff. So we're not paying shipping 4 times throughout the month. But yeah, I do definitely want to get into selling some product and that, which will be
Yep.
good.
Yep.
And it's always good, like maintenance packs and all that sort of stuff, which is handy for the customers as well.
Yeah. Yep. And having, like just bits and pieces on hand when they pick the car up and stuff. So
Yep.
yeah, that'd be the other killer for you. Yeah, just the bloody shipping. But that's everywhere though. It's crazy.
Yeah. And you don't want to forget something like or need something quick because it's at least a week away.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's all
Do you
good.
use any other?
I use Auto Smart stuff as well. Some of their products are really good, man, and reasonably priced, and they work. So yeah, I have done work for them as well, like guys that own it, and they're good. I don't mind some of their products. So
Yeah, no, we all know that. My thoughts on them, I've been raving on about them. Everyone's been telling me how good they were, so I'm into them. So
the best thing is you can buy stuff in bulk and it's pretty reasonably priced,
Yep.
But yeah.
No, buddy, it is good stuff. So we might hook into our 6-stage questions. So if anyone wasn't on the ball from the last episode, I only asked 5, so I think Brad pulled me up on that after we spoke, so at the end of it, which was quite funny. So he was pretty adamant what his dream car was. So, but anyway,
yeah.
So what was your first ever detailing job, if you remember?
I don't really remember, mate. It would have been that long ago. It would have been a cashy for a family member or a friend or something, when I was back in the panel beating days. But I can't really remember, to be honest, exactly which one it was. But my first coating job was a Toyota Hilux. That was probably 12 months ago. So, yep.
Do you get many of them? Hilux. Do you get many of them back? Like after so long, do they come back for like a maintenance wash or anything?
Well, we haven't had any come back yet because we haven't really been doing it that long. But if they go by time, unless they're going over the kilometres, but we haven't had any maintenance washes come back yet. But we should start seeing some come through soon. So,
how
do you go with your maintenance washes? Do you get?
They come back for a maintenance wash, but we won't be topping them up. We'll just until that's required. So we'll just bring them. Some of them will just have be on. They might once every 6 months they'll bring them in. They just want it maintenance wash,
Yeah.
and then we might spray a bit of whatever on the top, any like spray sealant on top, just to help it going. But
Top
other
it
than
up a
that, we
little bit.
just we just get it in and a wash and vac, and then spray some maintenance spray on it, some cure, and send it again. So it's good to see if they're performing or how they're performing.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to, like, I know with our cars they're still cruising fine. So and I look after my cars, but I don't do anything special, and I've done that on purpose. Like, I'm just washing it and that's it. Like, not doing anything else for just to give it that chance to see how things go. But it's been great.
Yep.
So
no, that's good. Do you get much new cars? Is that part of your thing as well? A bit of the
starting
new
to
car
get a
market?
few, yeah.
Yeah.
Starting to get a few here and there. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good
But a lot
market.
of it's been more correction and coat.
Yep.
So,
no, awesome. Favorite polisher?
I love that little Flex PXE80. I think it's called.
they're calling it the
The
Pixie.
little mini polisher.
Yep.
Fuck, brilliant, that little thing. I think I heard about it on this podcast actually, and then I went out and bought it, and I was like, fuck yeah, this is a good little thing. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna get myself one. So
they're brilliant. Smooth as.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very
Nice.
interchangeable pieces on it, so that'd be very handy. How are you finding the cordless side of it? Something you look at with another polisher, a bigger polisher, going cordless?
No, I actually want to get a I think I'm going to stay with the corded stuff. I don't know, but I wouldn't mind getting a Flex forced rotational polisher.
Yep.
Seeing how that goes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be right.
So that'll probably be the next one on the list, I reckon.
Yeah. Is it the Beast one or the? I think they're all.
Not sure.
It probably would be
What's
that one.
there? Two of them, is there?
They got like a 15 DA dual action one, and then I think and they got their forced rotation. I think it's just called the Beast. I don't know the exact name of the wording letters of it, but
righto.
you can get that in corded or battery.
Yeah.
So
do they do all their polishes in battery Flex?
I think that there is an option to have both.
Yeah.
Righto. So they're starting to do all their older models in with battery as well. So
right. Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. I'm not a Flex expert. So
I'm not either, mate.
But I was I did have a crack at one there not long ago, and I do like them. They spin a bit different to the Rupes stuff, so that's something to probably get used to.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, so. But yeah, I'm not sure what I want next. That Pixie is definitely on the card. So yeah, that looks fairly cool. So
I just got to get some attachments for it now. So that'll be the next thing. But yeah.
No, awesome. What's your dream car? If you've got one?
Dream car would probably be a 69 Mustang Fastback. I reckon would be something I would love to own. Probably never will own it, but I would love to.
You're a Ford man?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like me Fords.
No, that's good. I won't hold that against you.
No, try not to.
No, that'd be a cool car. So
yeah.
Very nice. And your favourite detailing tool or product?
At the moment, it would probably be Geon Primer. I've been loving that.
Oh yeah, that's
especially
unbelievable.
on new cars. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I rate that massively. It's sort of nearly my one step on like a blue polish pad on the blue Geon pad.
Yeah. Well, I got that. I think I got that tip from you in Sydney actually, and I grabbed some and I was like, yeah, this is fucking great.
Yep.
So I've been running with that.
Yeah,
and,
it's fantastic. It's once you get used to it, it's not and the wipe off is awesome as well. Just wipe straight off.
So easy. Yeah.
So no,
that'd be my favorite at the moment product, I reckon.
Yep. Also, with the tools, with the PDR tools, do they change? Is there like upgrades of tools or different
Oh,
sorts of
there's
tools that come out?
always,
Something
yeah,
coming
there's
out? Yeah.
always new tools coming out. Yeah,
Yep.
it's always sort of evolving. Like when I first started, there was not much in the way of glue pulling. Like glue pulling was pretty much in its infancy, really. Like we're using hot glue for and pulling tabs on the outside of the panel.
Yep.
But now they're getting into like what's it called? I just had a blank. Shit. Tension pulling.
Oh yeah.
So where they're gluing big tabs, like if you've got a dent, you're gluing tabs on the outside of it and actually pushing outwards to
Yep.
relieve pressure, and that's helping metal move.
Yep.
So yeah, even in the way of like soft tips, stuff like that. When I first started, there was no such thing as a soft tip. It was all like you'd just tape your tool tip right up, so you had a bit of a cushion.
Done that before.
But now there's all different tips and different types of tips, and yeah, it's always evolving. So which is good
Oh,
because
yep.
it's allowing us to do bigger repairs. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, I've seen there one a while back. You were doing a fair decent one. I think
yeah.
was it on a Monaro? I can't remember what it was on. It was decent,
Uh,
and you. Oh, it might have
I
been
don't
a
know.
VT or something. Yeah, I don't know. I was seeing it on one of your stories, and I'm like, that's decent. Like normally you'd just
Yeah,
have to get
yeah.
that.
You can do some decent damage with it. But it's all just time and patience, man. You got to be able to sit there for hours
Yeah.
to
Oh, it
sort
was
of finish it.
that blue meanie lookalike thing.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That was a decent hit, but a lot of that
Would have pushed
moved
it.
pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like
Right
yeah,
on.
I use tension on that as well, like gluing a tab to the back of the door and pulling the skin back, and that whole body line sort of popped from that just that tension pull, and then
Wow.
it was a matter of finishing it all off. So yeah,
Oh, very cool.
yeah.
Um, biggest tip for any detailer starting out?
Probably not one to be given tips for details because I'm pretty green myself, but uh, I think probably just making sure that your end result speaks for itself. Basically, like yeah, focus on doing quality work, and it'll start to come to you pretty much. Like that's how I think anyway. Like, and I was like that with me PDR stuff. Like I'd sort of put the extra effort in to make sure it was as close to perfect as I could get it, and name word spreads. And word of mouth is probably the biggest tool that we've had in our business to sort of grow. So yeah, if you can
Yeah.
get the word of mouth going, I think it's definitely a good thing. That and get a good accountant
Yes.
because they help
Yeah. Bloody oh.
for sure.
Um,
So
did you
yeah,
do you do much advertising up there? So or you just stick to your word of mouth?
not really, man. I haven't done. I do a little bit of Facebook ads, like just boosting posts, but other than that, that's about it.
Yep.
Yeah. So
No, nice.
I
Uh,
probably will start advertising a little bit for the coding side, just to try and start getting a bit more of a consistent flow of that type of work coming through.
yep.
But no, up till now, it's all just been marketing hard as best as I could on Facebook, Instagram, all that sort of stuff. And that's nearly a full-time job in itself, man. Like,
Absolutely.
you know, and you get to those sort of stages where you'll go hard for a while on the marketing stuff and then sort of hit a wall, you get over it for a bit and you just drop it out completely for a bit.
Mm.
So that's what I find anyway.
Yep.
Especially when you get really busy, it's hard to keep doing it,
Yeah.
but it does definitely help, I reckon.
Yeah. I think once you like a few episodes ago when we talked to Dan about the websites and stuff, the more
Yeah.
you're on there, the more you get rewarded. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, you're
loads of
staying
people.
in front of people, like if you're constantly posting, you're coming up in their feed all the time, like, and
Yep.
they're seeing you. So when something does happen and they need their car done or they're buying a new car or whatever and they want it coated, you're who they're thinking
Thinking of.
about, like,
Yep.
so because you're constantly coming up in their feed. So
Yep.
yeah,
No, the algorithm loves it. So
yep,
the more you keep feeding it.
yep.
So
It's just hard staying up to date with these friggin' algorithms.
oh
They
yeah,
fucking change all the time.
yeah. But you've been
Uh,
doing a bit with your reels and stuff. That's pretty impressive.
yeah. I've always sort of liked. I do like that side of the business, like the marketing side. Like I'll do some videos, video editing, and all that sort of stuff. And I do enjoy it, but it's just finding the time when you get busy to keep going with it.
Mm.
So that's what I'm finding.
Yep.
You have a big day, and the last thing you want to do is come up and start editing videos and shit like that. But
Yep.
if you can keep it going, man, it definitely helps, I reckon.
Yeah, after you come inside, you spend more time on your phone again. The missus is
On your
going off.
phone.
Get
Yeah,
off your
that's
phone.
it.
Yeah,
That's it.
go and play with the kids.
Yeah, I know. That's a problem. So,
Yeah. And what else? Interests outside of detailing.
interests. I love me fishing, mate.
I was going to
Yeah,
say that. Yeah.
yeah, I love me fishing, but I just don't get enough time to do it anymore.
Yeah, I
So,
bet. Yep.
up till a couple of years ago, like before we built a house out here, and before that we were just renting. So, every weekend, man, I was in the boat on the water. But as soon as we bought, and couple of acres and that. So it's like, yeah, every weekend there's something to do, or you're either working or, yeah. So don't get enough time to do it.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely love me fishing. That's probably my thing.
Is that like right now is prime time to be fishing up there?
No, it's sort of really windy at the moment.
Oh yeah.
So it's usually like for Barra and that, it's the build up like September to November, and then the runoff, which is like February, March sort of time.
Yep.
They're the two sort of times to be hitting the barra. I'm not much of a barra fisherman, man. I can't catch barra to save me life. But growing up in North Queensland, it was all about the reef fishing, so that's my thing. But
Yep.
yeah,
No, nice.
if you're looking for a barra charter when you come up here,
Don't call you.
don't call me. You'll get sunburnt, but you won't catch barra.
I'm not
But
into
yeah.
fishing, but I'll bring the esky anyway and watch.
Yeah, that's it. That I can help with.
Yeah. And the worst thing is, I think you can't even swim in that water up there, can you?
No, you don't want to. No,
No.
I
Too
wouldn't
many.
even. Yeah, don't even want to be dipping your toe in
Yeah,
it.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
But
No, it looks pretty, but yeah,
yeah,
not what's
there is some
underneath.
beautiful places up here. It's just, yeah, you sort of don't want to be swimming too much. Like, yeah, even some of the tourist attraction a couple of weeks ago, there was a bloke that got bitten by a salty in
Oh,
like Litchfield, which is just outside of Darwin, which wasn't too good. But yeah, you just got to be careful where you swim, eh?
yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's a pity, but that's what it is up there. Like, yeah,
yeah, that's it. See how it
lots of
is.
crocodiles. So,
Yeah.
um, but anyway, we might wrap it up. We're after at night here, so during the week, school
Yeah.
night, so which is good.
Not too easy, man. It was good
So,
chatting with you.
no, thanks for making the time and the effort, which is good.
Not too
So,
easy.
yeah, I've
Too
always
easy.
been, yeah, I wanted to hear a bit more around PDR side, and not sure if everyone else did, but it was something but yeah, and seeing some of your videos the other day, like that fuel tank you did on that Harley, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Looked like a bit of work.
Submission, but we got there in the end.
Yep.
So, but
No, nice.
no, thanks for asking us on, man. That was good.
No,
Good
anytime, mate.
catch up.
Yeah, we'll no doubt might see you sometime in a few more months if Gian have another catch up. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening there if they haven't heard anything about
No.
that. But yeah, if it's on, we'll be there.
Yep. So, but anyway, we'll wrap it up, and thanks everyone for listening and we'll chat to you in a few more weeks. So, thanks for that, Adam. You've done well.
No worries, mate. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
That was another episode of the Detailing Down Under podcast. Subscribe now for everything auto detailing in Australia.